Prime Video's Brothers is accompanied by a unique soundtrack that perfectly matches its own quirky story. The film, directed by Max Barbaco, Palm Springs, and starring Peter Dinklage, Game of Thrones, Josh Brolin, Avengers, Glenn Close, Dangerous Liaisons, and more, is a buddy road trip and heist crime comedy all in one. Naturally, this would require an equally interesting mix of songs to set the mood, from artists like Jane's Addiction and Poison to Hal Leonard Jazz Band and Senor Soul. The various songs of the Brothers soundtrack brought the outrageous comedy easily to life. Brothers follows a pair of twin brothers who have been partners in crime since they were children. However, as adults, one was sent to prison while the other did all he could to get a clean start, getting married, buying a home, and preparing to have a baby. Everything falls apart for the latter brother, Moke, when the former, JD, gets out of prison under the terms that he hands over a set of precious emeralds to the crooked judge who granted his parole. Brothers score by Rupert Gregson-Williams moves the story along, but the various mainstream pop, jazz, and rock numbers selected for the film take this even further. When every song on the Brothers soundtrack plays in the movie. Breaking down the songs of Brothers. Been Caught Stealing by Jane's Addiction. There couldn't have been a better song to get the ball rolling in Brothers than Been Caught Stealing by Jane's Addiction. This number plays during the opening credits, which displayed over a montage of newspaper clippings showcasing JD and Moke's crimes over the years following their mother's dramatic getaway with the troublesome emeralds. Grazing in the Grass by Hugh Masekela, another appropriate song for the moment. Grazing in the Grass by Hugh Masekela can be heard as JD smokes weed with Moke's brother-in-law during Abby's baby shower. The song continues as the twins fight in the front yard while Abby angrily douses them with a hose. Don't Lay Your Funky Trip on Me by Senor Soul. Brothers is a road trip comedy at its core, so the film needed a great song to play out as Moke and JD set out on their final adventure together. Don't Lay Your Funky Trip on Me by Senor Soul was another perfect fit since Moke was less than enthusiastic about making this trip with his brother, as demonstrated by his lie to his wife about where they were going and what they were doing. This number continued to play from the car's radio as the twins discussed life and poetry. Every Rose Has Its Thorn by Poison. After Moke and JD are reunited with their mother, Kath, the three hit the bar to talk things through. As they did so, a woman can be heard singing karaoke to the song Every Rose Has Its Thorn by Poison. Then, the official version of the song plays out as Kath tells the story of what happened to her old boyfriend, who swallowed the emeralds just before his death. Stumbling In by Chris Norman and Susie Quattro. After Moke, JD, and Kath talked out their differences, mostly, the three decided there was nothing to do but get ridiculously drunk and momentarily forget their differences. After a few endless margaritas, even Moke was able to relax toward his mother. The trio winds up singing karaoke themselves to the song Stumblin' In by Chris Norman and Susie Quattro. Nao Adianta by Trio Makoto. It was no big surprise that Kath betrayed Moke and JD after they were captured by parole officer Farfel, Brendan Fraser, but it certainly left the twins in a bind. Zip ties restrained their hands, so even once they managed to knock Farfel unconscious and push him from the car, they were still unable to drive independently. So, a bound JD sat backward on Moke's lap, allowing them to drive the car, awkwardly, together. As they clumsily drove away, the song Nao Adianta by Trio Makoto played. Joy to the World by Hal Leonard Jazz Band. After Kath traded some of the emeralds for a bag of $4 million, Smoke and JD chased her through a mall to retrieve their share of the loot. While this chase started as a family affair, the dynamic changed significantly when Farfel appeared and began shooting. The moment he fired his first shot, the song Joy to the World by Hal Leonard Jazz Band began to play, a rather cheerful tune to accompany so much destruction. Blue by Roy Orbison. Kath turned herself in, and Moke and JD escaped with the $4 million, which they split two ways. Though this should have set them up for life, Moke used his entire $2 million to buy back the gun covered in Jadis prints, which was being held by Judge Farfel. As Moke left the judge's house with the gun, but not the $2 million, he delivered some biting words about how much time the old man had left to spend that money or work out his relationship with his son. The song Blue by Roy Orbison played as he did so. For One Moment by Lee Hazelwood. In the ending of Brothers, Moke and JD hop into the former's minivan with their newly acquired emeralds. Jadis' voiceover narration wraps up the story, transitioning the film into the credits. As this happens, Lee Hazelwood's For One Moment intro can be heard.